Good morning, Marianne from Coastal Love and Decor. Is everybody having a great Sunday? I hope so. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hope you guys have an awesome day as well. Okay, if you saw the short I posted with these ornaments that I made, I figured I'd show you how I did them. So instead of me telling you everything that I did on these, we're just going to go ahead and make another set. Okay, this is what I use. Now, these are resin ornaments. This is a ceramic resin, but when I coat the tops of them, I do use UV resin, and we'll go from there. So, the mold I'm using, and all you gotta do is add water to this, and I'll show you that in a minute. The mold I'm using is the IOD mold, and they have two different snow globes in them. They got trees and squirrels, stars, snowflakes, some deer. So you can really zhuzh up your pieces the way you want. I also have, because I never know exactly how much it's gonna make. It's not like resin where you go 1 to 1 and it's, 2 ounces. This is different. And I got some palm trees here that I think might look cute on one that I have in mind. And I got another IOD mold that's coastal that if there's any left over, then I'll pour it in here. The thing about this is you have to be quick. Okay, so you're going to need distilled water for this. All right, so I'm going to make, on this it says right here, it gives you the directions if you want to make an extra small batch, a medium batch, a large batch, extra large, and extra large. I've never made extra large because this does harden fast. So I think what I'm going to do today, I think I'll do the large. So I'm going to need 12 tablespoons of the powder and 4 tablespoons of the water. So I have my 1 tablespoon measuring thing in here. And we're going to put 12. So I'm going to count so I don't lose it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. That's 6. That's an extra large. Let's start with that instead of 12. We'll see how that. I'm just looking. This will be the extra large. Now, this will be the medium. 6 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of water. Let's start with that first, because like I said, I haven't figured out how much. I guess if I put it in a measuring cup, I'd be able to see. Now what I say, if I don't look, I don't want to mess it up. 6 tablespoons of the powder to 2 tablespoons of water. If I have to make more, I can make more. It's really easy. You notice I have no gloves on because this is safe. So you're going to mix this up. And like I said, you want to do it pretty quickly because this doesn't take long to start hardening. Sometimes you might have to add another little bit of water. This seems awfully thick, so I'm just going to add just a little dribble. And I'm going to get this mixed up. Make sure you get all the powder, because this is ready to demold in 1 hour. so you can get your projects out pretty quick. And actually, I'm just going to do one more little dab. I hope that wasn't too much. Okay. All right. Now, all I'm going to do, and usually I really make a mess of this, I'm going to pour this in the mold. Usually I'm overflowing. But you want to make sure you get it all. There's the one. Oh, no. Well, I got to get a toothpick. And let me start working on this one. And I'm betting you this is probably not going to be enough. Because this happened yesterday. So real quickly, and then I'm going to tap this down. But real quickly, I'm going to end up mixing some more. So let me do the 6 again. Three, 4, 5, 6, 2 tablespoons of water. Get this mixed so I can get this other one filled before it starts hardening. Just gotta make sure you get all that powder, or you'll end up with a big clump in your piece. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this, and then I'm gonna start pouring. There we go. If you need to, get a toothpick to move it into place a little bit closer on those intricate pieces. See, I got a piece right here. Let me grab a toothpick really quick because I don't want that lump in there. Well, it's gone. All right, and then you just tap, tap, tap. If you see any places that needs to go into a little nook or cranny, just use that. Okay, all right, next I want to do the palm trees. So let me get those filled. I mean, this is really easy. And I know some people just don't like using resin, and I get it. I mean, there's a lot of safety precautions, and I'm just going to use my spoon to put a drop in there. And again, just need some more. I can see right here. You know, some people just are afraid of it. They don't want to use it, and that's fine. But here's another alternative for you if you don't want to use resin. Well, these two are attached. I didn't realize that. Whoops. And this is what I'm saying. This is where I make the mess. But all I do is I just run it where I want it. You can break off the pieces on the edge, which you'll see after I demold them. Once I show you how to demold them, you'll see what I'm saying. All right, so there's that one. All right, let me do some of these little Christmas trees. but I can feel it's like getting thick. So that means you better hurry up. So when you use it, see, again, this is the mess I create. I go pour crazy, but I just slide it over into the other mold. It just happens for me. I don't know. Okay, man, I hope I'm in frame. Look, see, this is too much. So I'm just going to glide it over into the rest of the little molds in here. I'm not going to fret over it. You'll see how it easily breaks off. Now, sometimes I'll even take a paper towel. Like, this is really a mess here. So I'm just going to go like this. And I'm just going to pull it off. And then fix anything that... Here we go. I'm just going to do that. It's no big deal. And then stirring this up a little. Put a little, see, I have a problem with the tiny stuff, guys. I honest to God, I do. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like that. Go like that. Okay, you get the gist of this one. I'm gonna leave this one go for the moment, and then I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to, let's do this. And let's do this. And then I'm just going to come over here in the corner and pull that in. Just like so. Sometimes you got to help it along a little. And let's do this little starfish here. These are the smaller ones I can use on the globes. The snow globes we're going to be making. And we got too much there. So I'm just going to take it off. Okay, still have a little bit more in here. There's another little one over here. We're just going to do that. Here's another little one here. So if you decide to start this, don't start with a big batch, you know. Start with the small and make sure you have enough molds to use what you have. See, it is starting to get thicker. Let me get this. Oh. Let me get this down in here. And I don't think I even have enough to fill another one. But let me tap, tap, tap this gently. Just tap it in case there's any bubbles that you can't see underneath. So that goes there. Let me see if I can. See, you can see this is hardening already. Do I have something little? Let's see if I can get this little starfish. Or no, star. Here's a little snowflake. I'm gonna get this filled in here. There's one more. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do this one. Let's see if I can get it to... Yeah, I'm still in my pajamas. I've been trying to get all my stuff together this morning and getting stuff finished up and waiting on Amazon so I can finish up some of my pieces that I'm waiting for display pieces for. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to it. So what I'll do is I'll come back in an hour and then we'll demold these. And see where we go from there. Alrighty, guys, stay tuned. Okay, it's probably been close to an hour. So I was reviewing the first part of this video. I apologize, a little bit of it you couldn't see the whole thing. I apologize, but you saw most of it, so. Alrighty, so you can feel these are still cold. They're still damp. They still have to sit and dry once you demold them. But let's start with, and you have to be gentle. These are fragile. It's like, see, I think I just broke one. Sometimes some of these molds just don't work for me. So it's trial and error. But this is a thicker mold. And I'm telling you, it will break. So you have to be a little gentle. And there's the palm tree. And there's no extra stuff I have to peel off of this one. Now let's see what happens with this one. And this is joined, but if that breaks there, that isn't going to bother me a bit because then I get 2 palm trees. It just depends on what you're using. So you gotta be a little gentle. It's not coming out that easy right now, but this is a deeper mold, I think, is the, okay, that one. See, it cracked. Oh no, it didn't crack. It cracked in the right place. I just can't get this one end out. Okay, see, that broke off. That broke off. That's a clean break. I can glue that on, or I can use this as a piece, but you can, this is like porcelain, but yeah, I can get my E6000 and glue this on because I'm going to paint it, or I might even just break this in half and use the 1 palm. That's what I'm saying. You have to be careful. So here's the other ones. And I'm just gonna, usually my IOD molds I don't have problems with. So there's that. They're not as deep as those palm trees. And there's that. All right, so there's a little overhang here. So you just take your nail and it comes right off. And here's this one. Now this one has a lot of overhang because I overfilled it. So I'm just going to take my nail and get in there and just bust it off. That's all you got to do. And same here. See? Just bust it off. And right here. It will come off. Get in there. And then there's that piece. See here? That's from overfilling. So I'm just taking my nail around it, taking the excess off, and I'm good to go. And the last one on this one. Now look at the overfill on that one. Take off of that. I mean, you don't want to overfill, but it happens. All right, so that's that one. Now we're going to go to the globes. So, just going to lift up on it gently. And there's the first one. And there's no overflow. And look at the detail that comes out on this. Awesome. All right, let's try it. See, this one's already popping out on its own. And there is right here a little, right here's a little bit of overflow. Or no, that's a leaf. Oh my goodness, almost took off a leaf. So there's no overflow on this either. Okay. Now here's the messy part where I made a mess of everything. Even these little trees, you can just get in there and take off that little overflow. It comes off very easily. You know, but do it as soon as you take it out. There's another one. And that one's good. And then, let's see. Is this gonna, oh, I just snapped that tree in half because I bent it. I had my finger in there. You got to pay attention to what you're doing, obviously. And then there's one little star here. Take off that overflow. There's a snowflake. Some of these tiny pieces are really something. Little overflow on that. There's your little tiny snowflake, which are good. They're nice to use on the, there's another star. Oh, here's another little star. I have a Band-Aid on my thumb. It's making it hard. Now even here's a little tiny star there. I didn't get, let's see. Yeah, this one's a little bit harder to get the stuff out, the overflow out. I can't get in there to get that out. And the last one, just get in there. This one was easier. So there you go. Yeah, this is in here deep. I don't know. I'll try my X-Acto knife. Oh, here's another one. And there we go with that one. Few little spots here. Okay, so, oh, here's another one. Let me get that off. Look at the details on these. I love IOD molds. Okay, so we got that all off. But another idea is, now I was thinking, oh, I don't know what I was thinking. I think you can take, if I recall, which I'm gonna have to try. See, this is still wet. If you pour 2 of these, like if you do, which I'm gonna do one because I'm getting another mermaid water slide, and I just thought about it, but I'm going to make 2 of these in clear, And what I can do is I can butt the two together. Let's see. Let me take, this is the one that I did. So I can butt the two together and seal it together, and it would have a thickness, and obviously I would resin it together, and then it would look like the mermaid is in this water globe. So that's what I'm going to do today, because it hit me today. I'm going to pour 2 clear of these, and we're going to give that a try too. I think that would look awesome. Okay, so I have to let these dry. And then I'll do another video tomorrow for the next step. I gotta let these dry. I usually put the, I take Mod Podge and sparkle or whatever you want to use. I do that in the centers and let that dry. Then I put the water slide on. And then after that dries, I put UV resin on, and then I end up painting the edges. So I do need this to dry. So I'll probably post the video on this next step tomorrow. So stay tuned for part 2. If you have any questions, let me know. And I appreciate all of you that have subscribed. If you're new to my channel, you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Hit that little turtle down in the corner to subscribe. Okay, guys, I guess I'll catch you for part 2 of this video tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.